Hello, guys. Good morning, good evening, wherever you are. This is Marhel Reacts, and guys, I just finished watching Big Brother 23 episode 2, and tonight or today in this episode, I will be talking about my thoughts and the whole thing in the house. So before that, follow me on Twitch, Marhelp, for the live streaming of each episode of Big Brother, YouTube account Marhel Reacts, and on Twitter at underscore MarXXFix. So video, in this video, we got to see Kaylin and Alyssa, who was the first two people who were on the wait Caitlin and Alyssa were the first two people who were nominated up for this week's eviction, the first week's eviction, and Frenchie was the HOH. Well, the wildcard competition winner was Christian, so congratulations on him. So for me, guys, I haven't watched really 24/7 live stream because I'm from the Philippines. I don't have any access to that, so I just rely my knowledge on Big Brother daily updates, Big Brother live feed updates on Twitter, and also from the YouTube account Scenario 4, where they've posted clips of each like highlights of the house, and also from like the Big Brother YouTubers such as Jolene, Sarah, um, Rob had a podcast, entertainment, girl had a girl like from Jessica Milagros YouTube channel as well. So they are my reliable sources. So from the first part of from my knowledge, from the first part of like first day to second day, Frenchie was very apparent about not putting any minorities in the block, any women on the block, and he just put up a color, like a person with color and a woman on the block, Kaylin and Alyssa. I don't really know what's the reason why he put up Kaylin, but from the first part of the game, we have seen that he had made deals. Or his team, as a Derek, Kay, and Brittany are already safe from the competition, as well as him, safe from the block, safe for this week, as well as Christian, who won the um the wildcard competition and saving his friend Xavier, his teammate on the off the block, and he made promises to the three boys that he went in together with, like Xavier and Travis. Those were the people who he promised to keep. So literally, there's like most of them are women left, and also Derek X. So he had only a limit. Like he also promised to Tiffany and Whitney to be safe. Like almost every person in the house, he made deals. He made an alliance. He made the slaughterhouse. I people were shocked that the episodes were not the slaughter alliance wasn't included in the episode, but I think we got to see that on the next episode, on the power veto episode and the eviction episode. So yeah, so like if I see those first people on that chopping block, I would be like, you told us that we will be safe, or the people of color will be safe, and the women will be safe this week. What are you doing? You should not make promises if you're not committed to do it, like fully on the long term, because that would bite you on the back. You should have like you could have kept that to yourself or make it to your own alliance, because that really you the time really change on time will really change a lot every second if you have like this kind of information and this information. First thing, he was really keening on putting Brent up on the block. But when they had a conversation about the father's thing, about family, he had a soft heart for Brent, and he 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 watched his mind off of Brent. So like, okay, another meathead is Christian in the house, but Christian won the wildcard competition, and then so he had only few people left to choose from because he had a lot of he made deals with Elisa, he made deals with Kaylin, like they are safe, and that would bite him on the back, but because like we've trusted you with this, like you shouldn't. You just Frenchie was playing the games too fast in the game, and it was just too fast. Like although he really did not want to win that competition. He could just throw it off and not put his target in his back. But you know, people were just so slow. I think on that competition. But like you shouldn't have you should have went to the house and observe. Like, okay, guys, I will not make my nominations yet. I will just have to talk to people. I will not do this. I will not make promises. I will not lie. Yeah, as a super fan, as you super fan, we don't we like meatheads or those people who are cocky went home first. But time change. Like nothing you said in outside of the house will really you know will really happen inside the house once you're in the house. So tips for those who are housemates or who wants to be housemates of the Big Brother family, just don't make strategies outside the house because like what Asa said, he will put up the first person who won the first HOH, and apparently his teammate won the first HOH, and because of his win she's also safe. So erase that plan out of your head, okay? So that's what she did. So I think no plan is really guaranteed to exactly to make it happen or inside the house. So once you're inside the house, you make another plan. Just don't make lies and promises. Like I get Kayland and even Alicia's frustration about this because I've seen some of their frustrations after the nomination. Like why did why did Frenchie put us up? He made a deal to us, eye to eye, genuine. We thought of him as a good guy, a loving guy. We thought of him as a caring person. I thought of him like we had this kind of good connection, and it was just destroyed because you put them on the block. And yeah, that's what we want. We don't want minorities and people of color and women on the chopping block. But you just did what you opposed to say. Okay, so he had a lot of alliance in the house. Like let's go. Okay, but before that, we got to see which part. So I love the first part of this. So they went inside the house, and then Frenchie told Tiffany like, "Okay, you're safe with me. Don't worry." And also from Xavier, the first batch of the group that went inside, he made those deals already. So like going inside, he made from the first part of the game or like first seconds as they went in, he made deals already. He made a lot of promises. Like he shouldn't have. That's not unnecessary. So we get to see Sarah making lies again. As a forensic scientist, she told the house guests that she's a voice dubber, animation dubber, sleep dubber, ASMR dubber. Like we kind of get to see that impression of her because she's sweet and she has a cute voice, so she can do some amazing voice techniques there. But girl, you're good at lying. If she would lie to me like that, I would believe her, like literally, and I would talk to her about like animes and stuff. So I'm happy that we got to see the first week of actually, and this part they had their introductions. They talk to each other about their lives as well. I love that. And the only person who was not mentioned or got to introduce, I forgot if Derek X got the chance to introduce or was edited here when he introduced because I did not see that. But okay, I don't care. I don't care. So yeah, so they had that, and also Derek K and Frenchie had their final twos already. And yeah, this is the part when Frenchie told the house that, or told Claire, Hannah, and Sarah that women and minorities are not going on the block. They were grateful to it, and they believe in him. Apparently, he did the worst move, and Brent Brent just felt that he is in danger, so that's why we talked to Frenchie, and that paid off. Although that it's a sincere conversation, but it's still a game play, of course. So Brent was off of Frenchie's mind, so Brent is not his target anymore. So going here, they had the, well, they were announced with the of the wild card competition. So the each team that loses the first team challenge got the chance to pick the one of the players that would play on the wild card competition. So from the aces, it was a random. Uh, Friendship picked Hannah, and then we got to see Christian from the other group, and then Kaylin from the other group, and Christian won that competition with like less amount of time, and he was not penalized with the score. So he won that. And then another twist. I love the twist actually. Like he got to roll out a wheel that had numbers 1, 2, 3. So yeah, so that means that a number that plays and the arrow that places on a certain number determines the people who are safe on his team. So aside from Christian, he could possibly, or he could make someone from his teams be safe from eviction or from nomination. So it landed on one. So he picked Savior because he felt like Alyssa and Sarah is still safe from nomination because they had their conversation. He was confident about it, but that did not happen, you know. So French is getting paranoid about the result because he was like, okay, Brent, erase Brent. Now Christian won, erase Christian, and is looking for next targets here. So he's been roaming around, scheming to everybody, and yeah, we got to see this part when he got to see the showman. He was a showman's killer. He kind of saw Christian and Alyssa having their bondings together. Of course, they're teammates and get along, but he's creepy, and I don't like that. So he targeted Alyssa already because he cannot target Christian, so he was to be a showman's killer. Targeted Alyssa, and this conversation is kind of creepy. He didn't have a eye-to-eye conversation with Alyssa when he asked Alyssa a certain question. Like for me, he said he can see through Alyssa's action, but for me, if I was in that house, I can look at you as a problematic person. Your paranoia, your anxiety. I cannot deal with this toxic behavior. So if I was in that house, you're ox to me. You're not trustworthy. You made deals with a lot of people. You're not the person that I would want to work with in the house. Like I don't care if you put me on the block, I would make myself safe. Okay, so that what really happens in this episode. Kind of like the nominee and Alyssa was bummed that she is part of the nominations. Even me, if I was Alyssa, like okay, I thought we had this conversation, but that's sad. So, guys, let's do some spoilers. Spoilers. So, yeah. So, um, we had a veto competition, and the veto comp winner is no other than Derek X. Because if Derek X, because if they had this scenario already. They had this conversation with Frenchie and the other housemates that if somebody is off from the block by saving themselves or someone put a veto on one of the nominees, they have to pick someone as a replacement nominee. And they Frenchie had this mindset or like thinking of putting up Derek X. And well, that doesn't, you know, that doesn't go up on his favor. And Derek X was part of the veto players. Mm-hmm. So Derek X played that video competition and he won that competition. And I mean, Frenchie had a lot of targets. Like he had a targeted Brent, and he was very honest on putting up Brent, but that did not push through. He wants Christian off the block, but I think everybody in the house know already that he wants Christian on the block, but he won that competition. Next, he wants to put up he put up Alyssa because he was close with Christian, Kaylan because of some certain reasons, and then he wants to put up Derek X in case someone is off the block, and because Derek X, I mean, it's too much chaos because from day two, um, everybody blamed Derek X of his action, where apparently Frenchie is the one who's responsible its of it, like, you know what I mean. Some of the actions that were blamed on Derek X. It was actually French's mind that so Derek X was kind of having this anxiety that he could be put up as the replacement nominee. So thankfully, he got picked up on the veto competition and he won and made him safety again. And Frenchie is kind of like roaming around again and have an anxiety and paranoia and have to put up of the block. And then there were some kind of conversations about like Frenchie, like Derek X and French had this conversation about like before the veto competition that they would, in case one of them wins, they would uh take off Kaylan from the nomination because Kaylan was really the pawn and Alyssa was the target. So Derek X was okay. So after he won, he was like, okay, gonna I'm still gonna take off Kaylan. But after how many hours, Frenchie was, are you sure you want to get off Kaylan? Are you sure about that? He was unsure and he's just a paranoia because he don't his plan on getting out Brent or Christian is blowing his ass. Like, ah, I just don't want. I just want Frenchie out next week. Okay, can somebody put him up? Even his teammates as and Brittany was like, "Are we part of the team?" Because we felt like Frenchie did not console his teammates, and Asa and Brittany is not even part of the slaughterhouse team. Like, hello. So yeah, we got to see this. So I don't know if you can see this. We got to see this Team Alliance draft. So the Jokers we have Frenchie, Brittany, Azza, and Derek K. Aces, Whitney, Hannah, Derek X, and Travis. And we have this Branchy final two. They have their final twos. Okay, Brent and Frenchie because I had that conversation, and also Tiffany and Frenchie had their mutual understanding on not putting each other on the block. So we just trust each other alongside with Tiffany as well because of the parents' alliance. And then we have got to see the girls' alliance. I don't know if there's an official name already, but we got to see Tiffany, Claire, Brittany, and Azza who had their alliance. Like, yeah, they just don't want to mention the A word, okay? Because they felt like the A word would really disrupt. But they had their mutual understanding there that they have to um, align themselves together. And we have Derek and Travis, a Christian. there's Chet, and the Slaughterhouse Alliance, which is composed of like almost people in the house. That's eight, and Frenchie had a had even the time to put insert Derek X here and other people in the team. Like why he why he did not include Tiffany here. So the Slaughterhouse is composed with Frenchie, Derek K, Xavier, Kayland, Christian, Whitney, Alyssa, and Brent. So as you can see, the Slaughterhouse is composed of eight people, and two of those were his nominees. And how would you put your alliance on the block? And inside the Slaughterhouse, there's the Butchers, which is five people in the game. The five people, he don't want women to go home first week, and he's aligned with five men or six men in the house. Like apparently, almost all the people in the house. Like whatever. So the cookout alliance is composed with Xavier, Aza, um, Hannah, and then um, Christian, Jarek, Kay, and Tiffany, and then yeah, we got to see there an unofficial, unofficial member is Hannah. So we get to see the people of color is aligned there. Good to see it, and the Women's Alliance, and we have the Women's Alliance that happened earlier this day. We have Claire, Tiffany, and Sarah. They call themselves the jackpot. Okay, Claire hasn't been really aligned with these alliances. Like it's shocking, but good for her. You don't need in an alliance, girl. You just need yourself. Tarek, we have Derek X and Travis has been aligned recently, and also Sarah and Christian have, Kaylin had their mutual understanding as well. They've been like, here Sarah is having the Jackpot Alliance and Kaylin is having the Slaughter Alliance. Earlier this day, they have talked and shared notes from each of their alliance, which is great. You have to have a ride or die on the house to, there's two sides of the house, so why not both of us copy or like share notes? So Kylan telling Derek X and Travis he's with them, so he's kind of aligning with the two other male that is not part of the Slaughterhouse Alliance. Okay, so we have the kings here: Hannah, Christian, Xavier, and Sarah, who are the Hognats, and the queens we have um Claire, Kyland, Travis, and Tiffany. So basically, Tiffany is safe from the game, and she's good in the house, and yeah, and also like Hannah, Azza are having, you know, they kind of like be in the setback, so they don't need to win cons because I think they're pretty good on staying low of the house, and they're not seen as the target, as well as Whitney as well, and Savior, and Derek K, and the rest of the house is having trouble. Okay, so we get to see that, and there's a lot of people like if this week. Thank God to this, whoever made this draft, Big Brother Janky, credit to you. You made this amazing, and you give justice to it. So it's I don't know if it's updated, but it's from July 10th of 2021. This alliance draft we just made. So yeah, I just don't get and understand Frenchie putting up like he's, I don't know, like he's problematic. I don't want to work with him. So I'm just sad because from my first episode reaction, I love Kayland and I love Alyssa because Alyssa is a super fan, like what she said on her intro. So I kind of liked her in that way, and yeah. So, but what I'm hearing is Alyssa is trying to target Derek X in case that she won next HOH. Like, girl, why are you putting the person who's most likely gonna save you from eviction this week? Because it was either because you know, spoiler again. Um, wait. JX saved Kalen from nomination, and the replacement nominee is Travis. So it's either Travis or Alyssa. So Alyssa could still be safe because people don't want a meathead or a person who's strong and muscular not be going home on the first week. So while you're targeting Derek X did not do something to you, and you should have put up Frenchie because he blindsided you. Okay, that's your target, girl. Please make the Frenchie your target. So that's basically the things that I want to say this week. I got to see Tiffany and Derek X bonded, the mom and the son. So I love it. I love the dynamic duo between Sarah and Claire. Sarah and Kyland, they're good. They copied notes. They're not problematic. I love Isa's wise thinking. She's smart. I love Claire's mind as well. I hope that Derek X don't insert yourself with people who are problematic on the house, especially Frenchie. Like, just go with Tiffany, ask for consultations and stuff, talk to her. That's the best gameplay you could ever give to yourself. Whitney is playing good. She's friends with almost everybody in the house, and like what I said, she'll kind of like looks like Alex and Charlotte, the twins from Big Brother Australia season like 2 months ago, the intruders. So Savior is having this a good position in the house, Sarah, and yeah, yeah, but that's basically it. And and people are kind of mad or disappointed of Derek K having aligned with Frenchie so hard. Like he really treated Frenchie as his final two, and he's a follower of Frenchie, and people were disappointed, kind of disappointed with him. Like why do you want to align with Frenchie? So they had this kind of like doubtful moments thinking about Frenchie's game. Like okay, French is problematic, but I think Derek K is having a good social game in the house. I think that would not affect his game on the house as well as so I think yeah we'll just rely on the next episode for more information as well. I just don't like the slaughterhouse alliance. I think that would just be erupted after 1 hour. I think I hope that somebody blows it up and be like these people are just faking it in themselves, and like Frenchie, his alliance with Kaylin and Alyssa, for real, and and both of them are on the block. Thank God Derek KX won the challenge and you put up Frenchie and Travis. I was surprised though because Derek X had an alliance with they're good with Travis, but why did he agree like okay just put up Derek Travis like it's okay. He's kind of like maybe he's confident that Travis would still be safe, and I think he yeah, Kayland and Travis is his do or die in the house. Okay, I think that's the reason why. So basically, Jack X want Alyssa out. So yeah, target Alyssa out if Alyssa is still saying he will put you up next if she wants next HOH. Okay, so far this episode is a good episode, and I just don't like the feed so far. But I think we are entertained, and we are entertained. It's chaos, it's problematic, but we love it, guys. Big Brother people are okay with it, unlike the last year's first week and the last season's first week. So we just have to appreciate the chaos of that because we will miss this, of course. And it's gonna be an iconic season, I think. So from the first week, it's problematic, like what happened to Big Brother Canada 9 last season. it was problematic as well. The day three of Josh, the Julie, and the whole house meeting of everything, whatever it is. But it became an iconic season as well. So I think this season will be iconic as well. So they have to have that Frenchie be chaos, be messy, and somebody will blow your shit up. Okay, shit up. Okay, so that's it, guys. Thank you for watching for my reaction as well. Follow me on Twitch, Marhal P for the live streaming, YouTube for my thoughts here on Marhal Reacts, and on Twitter at underscore MarXXB. Like and follow, guys. This has been Marhal Reacts. See you again tomorrow. God bless you. Bye bye. I'm still having, I'm still liking Kaylin, Alyssa, Derek X, Tiffany, and Claire. Those are my 5 people. So, guys, I hope that Kaylin, I hope that Alyssa's still safe this week. Let's get out Travis. But I hope Alyssa will not put up Derek X next week if she comes, if she wins. Okay? Don't target Derek X, please. Please. Thank you. Bye bye.